My name is Martin Drus. I'm a senior researcher at the Technical University of Denmark, and I'm also the leader of Work Package 3 of the ARSINOE project. Now, in the first 2 years of the project, we have initiated a number of different works and innovations that are sort of going to found, you could say, a lot of the activities in the remainder of the project. So one activity is it's a cascading failures model, which has been developed by the main developers have been our partners from the University of Exeter, which is going to describe what happens in case of disaster, like a sort of coastal flood event, and how different societal systems can actually break down. So it's not just the sort of first effect where you have the flooding, but it's also sort of cascades in sort of societal sense when different systems that are actually interlinked gets to be disrupted. But not just that, because there's also the opposite captured by this model. For example, okay, so what happens then? So can you, for example, exchange a truck with a lot of sandbags or a lot of people with shovels or something like that? That's also an idea. So it's not just about cascading failure, it's also about commutable services that could actually be used to actually mitigate what actually happens. So this model has been piloted, and a lot of the foundation have been made and was delivered in year 2 of the project, and will now be used in several of the case studies. Another very interesting and very exciting thing in terms of an innovation is our citizen science tool. The citizen science tool, which is right now being piloted in our case study in Athens, but will also be used in other case study, is really a wonderful piece of software. It can be used to actually deliver data directly to researchers, to actually decision makers from the general public who actually observes changes in biodiversity. And that's a really, really tough data to actually capture, and a very nice framework has been finished so that we can now, in the last part of the project, collect a lot of these data. The third thing I want to mention in this context is the development of this decision-making and adaptation framework that we call it the ARSINOE Wheel, which we have been working on since the beginning of the project. Basically, it's a common framework that will actually encapsulate all the different case studies in this project, and it will be generic and hopefully a tool that will help the rest of the European communities to actually get a feeling for how to actually do a multi-sectoral, multi-hazard analysis to actually fuel their different innovative ideas, how to actually adapt to climate change and build resilience within as different hazards as droughts and floods and heat waves and storm surges. Some things that are generally looked at as sort of isolated sectors, but we are actually trying to, in this project, by making all these different tools, including what I already mentioned, trying to put these things together in one framework, so you can say, okay, we can find our ways around it. And that's one of the things that's very exciting about this project, is this interdisciplinary approach, where you really try to bridge the gap between modeling, which sort of very traditionally has been in the driver's seat, but also qualitative methods where you go and ask people, you try to gather data on various things and try to actually let these two worlds meet in practice, so that we can make some well-informed decisions. And that work has been ongoing. It's almost finished. Very exciting to see it roll out in all our 9 case studies and sort of beyond in the project at the end. So it's been a very good year for Work Package 3, with a lot of innovations and a lot of progress.